Asus is now the only company still selling bulky, powerful gaming phones in India. The ROG Phone 7 series arrives with the latest flagship Qualcomm SoC, but is it relevant in 2023 or would you be happier with a more mainstream phone? There's nothing completely new or disruptive here. Two versions have been launched. The standard ROG Phone 7 and the ROG 7 Ultimate, which has more RAM and storage, a small PMOLED display on the back, and a vent that can physically open for better cooling. The Ultimate unit comes in a more elaborate box, and the clip-on Aeroactive Cooler 7 is included. At 239 grams, the ROG Phone 7 is bulky, but it's in the same ballpark as other current flagship phones. You might not find it comfortable in day-to-day use. The borders around the screen are quite thick by today's mainstream standards, but this means there's no notch or hole for the front camera, and you get dual front-firing speakers for balanced stereo sound. Just like last year's versions, the ROG Phone 7 has a 6.78-inch screen with a 1080 by 2448 pixel resolution, 165Hz maximum refresh rate, and 720Hz maximum touch sampling rate. What's new is a 1500 nit peak brightness and auto HDR conversion. As expected, Qualcomm Snapdragon 8 Gen 2 with its integrated Adreno 740 GPU is the SoC that powers the ROG Phone 7 series. If you're paying this much for a gaming phone, you'd expect the latest and greatest. The standard ROG Phone 7 has 12GB of RAM and 256GB of storage, while the Ultimate version has 16GB and 512GB respectively. There are two 3000 mAh battery units, which Asus says makes for quicker charging and improved heat dissipation. 65W USB PD fast charging is supported, though for some reason you only get a 30W charger in the box. There's no wireless charging. For connectivity, Wi-Fi 7 is supported. There's Gorilla Glass Victus on the front and Gorilla Glass 3 on the back. The vent on the back of the Ultimate model is meant to interface physically with the Aeroactive Cooler 7, a rather large clip-on fan attachment. Using it is set to drop the rear panel temperature by up to 25%, that too quite rapidly. The attachment also has a bunch of RGB LEDs, a small subwoofer, and 4 physical trigger buttons. The ROG Phone 7's gamer-centric design prioritizes things like front-firing speakers and highly effective cooling over reducing weight. You also get dedicated air trigger sensors on the frame which act as physical controls in games. Like with its predecessors, there's a second USB Type-C port on one side so you can charge your phone while gaming. Moreover, there are plenty of software tweaks letting you do things like program the air triggers, create macros, and choose a performance preset. The main camera is based on a 50MP Sony IMX766 sensor, and you get only a basic 13MP ultra-wide and an 8MP macro camera. There's also a 32MP front camera. The ROG Phone 7 models really aren't for everyone. They only make sense for those who value gaming performance above all else. If you're extremely competitive, if you like being able to play games comfortably for long hours, and if you value the triggers and software tweaks, the ROG Phone 7's price won't feel like that much of a stretch. That's all for our first look at the Asus ROG Phone 7 and ROG Phone 7 Ultimate. Do stay tuned to Gadgets 360 for more information about their launch and full reviews. And of course, leave us a comment telling us what you think about these devices. Thanks for watching.